Oh, old man, Bill. That's what I'm going to change the name of this podcast to. Bill complains about shit. All right, here's some new shit that's out that I'm sick of people complaining about. Teslas. All right, I know the guy that runs it's a fucking laminated-faced cunt. We all know that. We all know he's a nerd who's trying to be cool now. Hey, I'm smoking a joint. Hey, I got wacky things to say about stuff, you know? Stay in your lane. Get back in chemistry class and fucking do something with a beaker. Whatever the fuck it is you brainiacs do. He's trying to be the life of the party. That's what we are in this country right now. The fucking nerds are trying to fucking put the lampshade on their head. You don't put the lampshade on their head. You design the lamp. Anyway, oh my God. There's anybody you don't need to hear more from is the Tesla guy. Oh, what does the Tesla guy think about this? I'm sick of all of his wacky ideas with tunnels and all of this shit. Just go do it. Maybe he's like trying to drum up more money. Is that what it is? I don't know what. But I'm sick of people shitting on the Tesla. All these gas combustion people, these fucking idiots going like, you know, at the end of the day, I can fill up my tank of gas in 10 minutes. I don't need a half hour and a beep bop bop. It's like, hey, fuckhead, you have a charger at your house. Imagine if you had a gas pump at your house, right? And every morning you woke up with a full tank of fucking gas. Stop acting like stopping for gas 2-3 times a fucking week isn't a pain in the ass, especially if you're on a budget. If you're putting in $5 here, $10 here, whatever you do, right? You're forever going to a gas station and there's that stupid cunt, right? Well, you know, there's like 2 people almost done filling up their gas tank and you're 2 cars behind and you're sitting there praying to God that the person in front of you is clocking this. All right. And what happens is the guy, the first guy, he pulls out, meaning the second car in line, and goes around the other guy who's just finishing up. And what does the cunt do in front of you? Do they wait and just wait for that person all the way in the front to get the last couple of drops of gas in to pull off? So then they pull all the way up and you can get in there? Nope. No, they do not. They pull right in, get out, their dumb fat ass starts pumping the car, and you're looking at them like, what the fuck? And their big gulp brain never puts 2 and 2 together. Don't act like that isn't happening. All right? They're fucking incredible cars that are as fast as a fucking motorcycle with people and groceries in them. And then what do? They show videos of like, look at when you put it in self-driving mode, it ended up hitting something. How does your car do in self-driving mode? Oh, that's right, it doesn't have one. All right, they're gonna figure it out. All right? And there's gonna be some people that are gonna have to die along the way. How do you think we got to where we're at in aviation? Scuba diving, bridge building, people fucking died. And you know what? I bet right along the way, right at fucking Kitty Hawk, there was some cunt sitting there on their horses going, see, that's why, you know, I'll tell you right now, you know, my horse doesn't leave the ground and I don't fucking right? Meanwhile, you get thrown off it like Christopher Reeves and break your fucking neck, but nobody brings that up, do they? Ah, Bill, did you have to go off on Superman? I loved Christopher Reeve. All right, he's dead. His suffering is over. You know? I wonder if he would have done the self-driving thing. I mean, I think if you're crazy enough to play polo, I mean, the shit that can happen to you on a horse anyway. The fact that you're leaning over with a croquet mallet, I mean, it's just fucking, isn't that inevitable? I'll tell you one of the most fucked up ones ever was the, what was it, Bill Shoemaker? The guy rode horses his whole fucking career, never broke his neck, then fucking got in a car accident, and then broke his fucking neck. Wasn't that part of that Alanis Morissette song? Isn't it ironic, don't you think? Do you want to hear my Alanis Morissette joke from fucking 25 years ago when that song came out? You know that one where she came off like, it was so funny, like she was sitting there bitching about her ex-boyfriend, just coming off like the kind of person you would break up with, where she was just going like, right? And she said that line, you know, did you forget about me, Mr. Duplicity? And it was would she go down on you in a theater? Talking about his new girlfriend. Would she go down on you in a theater? It's like, no, she wouldn't. I'm going to marry her, you fucking whore. Sorry. All right. Every once in a while, I go for big air. I go for big air and I miss the ramp. You don't marry a woman that blows you in a movie theater. Oh, geez, I got an incoming call here. I hope this isn't going to fuck with the podcast. Hang on a second. All right, I'm back from the phone call. Shaking that off. Now, what if a guy went down on a woman in a movie theater? Would she marry him? All depends on what he's making. And that's what it comes down to, everybody. Okay? That's how it's done. Out here in the streets, it's been raining. That's why this podcast is a little fucked up. It's been raining for I don't know how many days out here, which is great. You know, LA, we need the rain. We need the rain to watch it go down the LA River and just go out to the fucking ocean so these stupid fucking assholes can then tell us that we're in another drought. Why don't you guys, I still don't, you know what, every time you go well, why don't you fucking corral, is that the right word, with the liquid? Or do you do that with a solid, like cattle? You corral cattle. You gather nuts and berries. What the fuck do you do with water? Whatever that means is stick it in a giant container. Whatever that fucking word is. Why don't they do that? And there's no money in it. All the money is in destroying the planet. I don't understand. How do you turn that one around? Maybe Tesla can work on that one. Anyway, the fuck else am I wanting to talk about? Oh, so the other night, I'm taping the Bills-Bengals game, right? And I'm watching the garbage truck videos with my little boy, and all of a sudden I get a text message like, oh my God, are you watching the Bills game? So sad. And I'm thinking oh my God, what happened to the Bills now? Every time they go in a positive direction, I'm thinking, they pick six, Josh Allen, fucking blew out his ACL. I had, in 50 years of watching football, that has never happened. I don't think that's ever happened. The odds of that, unbelievable. I'm glad I wasn't watching it because I just saw the highlights and the looks on the players' faces and everything. I'm kind of glad that by the time I saw it, I knew that they had gotten that poor kid to the hospital. And even though he's in critical condition, at least he's there with, the people that know what they're doing. Yeah, Bill, it's called a hospital. All right, thank you. I will tell you the one funny thing about it, though. All right. And this is a comedy podcast, so you have to go with this. All right. It's my job to find the knock-knock joke within the horror. The funniest thing was I heard this lady on ESPN, and she was talking about how close the Buffalo Bills are. She goes, of course they're distraught. This is a really close team. There's not a lot to do out here in Buffalo and blah, blah, blah. And I just bursted out laughing. It's like, did she just low-key trash Buffalo? Just picture him hey, Josh, what do you want to do? You want to go get some more wings? Man, I can't get any more wings. What do you want to do? Why don't you come over and play Madden, right? Then they hang out. I'm like, hey, Josh, you ever feel it's not I don't feel lucky, but you ever feel playing for the Bills, you kind of don't feel like you're in the NFL when you play a home game? But then when you go on the road, you're like, oh, yeah, that's right, I am in the NFL. But when you play a home game, you ever just kind of feel like you maybe in the CFL or something? You ever feel, Canada is right there. Yeah, you ever think that, Josh? Oh, yeah, I guess I kind of do. I'm glad you shared that with me. I feel closer to you.